Swami Vivekananda was fast losing interest in active work, and on 7th April 1900 he wrote to a friend, "My boat is nearing the calm harbor, from which it is never more to be driven out. Glory, glory unto the Mother. I have no wish, no ambition now. Blessed be Mother. I am the servant of Ramakrishna. I am merely a machine. I know nothing else, nor do I want to know." To another friend he wrote on April 12th in a similar vein, "Work always brings dirt with it. I paid for the accumulated dirt with bad health. I am glad my mind is all the better for it. There is a mellowness and calmness in life now, which never was before. I am learning now how to be attached as well as detached, and mentally becoming my own master. Mother is doing her own work. I do not worry much now. Moths like me by the thousands die every minute. Her work goes on all the same. Glory unto Mother. For me, alone and drifting about in the will current of the Mother, has been my life. The moment I have tried to break it, that moment I was hurt. Her will be done. I am happy, at peace with myself, and more of the sannyasin than I ever was. The love for my own kith and kin is growing less every day, for Mother increasing. Memories of long nights of vigil with Sri Ramakrishna under the Dakshineswar banyan tree are waking up once more. And work? What is work? Whose work? Whom to work for? I am free. I am Mother's child. She works, she plays. Why should I plan? What shall I plan? Things came and went, just as Mother liked, without my planning, in spite of my planning. We are her automatons, and she is the wire puller." With the approaching end of his mission in earthly life, he realized ever more clearly how like a stage this world is. In August of 1899, he wrote to Miss Marie Holboister, "This toy world would not be here, this play could not go on, if we were knowing players. We must play blindfolded. Some of us have taken the part of the rogue of the play, some the hero. But never mind, it is all play. This is the only consolation. There are demons and lions and tigers and whatnot on the stage, but they are all muzzled. They snap but cannot bite. The world cannot touch our souls. If you want, even if the body be torn and bleeding, you may enjoy the greatest peace in your mind. And the way to that is to attain hopelessness. Do you know that? Not the imbecile attitude of despair, but the contempt of the conqueror for the things he has attained, for the things he has struggled for, and then thrown aside as beneath his worth. To Mary Hale, who has been always the sweetest note in my jarring and clashing life, as he wrote on 26th March 1900, this is to let you know I am very happy, not that I am getting into a shadowy optimism, but my power of suffering is increasing. I am being lifted up above the pestilent miasma of this world's joys and sorrows. They are losing their meaning. It is a land of dreams. It does not matter whether one enjoys or weeps. They are but dreams, and as such must break sooner or later. I am attaining peace that passeth understanding, which is neither joy nor sorrow, but something above them both. Tell Mother, Mrs. Hale, that by my passing through the valley of death, physical and mental, these last 2 years, it has helped me in this. Now I am nearing that peace, the eternal silence. Now I mean to see things as they are, everything in that peace, perfect in its way. He whose joy is only in himself, whose desires are only in himself, he has learnt his lessons. This is the great lesson that we are here to learn through myriads of births and heavens and hells. There is nothing to be sought for, asked for, desired beyond one's self. The greatest thing I can obtain is myself. I am free. Therefore I require none else for my happiness. Alone through eternity. Because I was free, am free, and will ever remain free. This is Vedanta. I preached the theory so long, but oh joy, Mary, my dear sister, I am realizing it now every day. Yes, I am free, alone. I am the one without a second. Vivekananda's eyes were looking at the light of another world, his real abode, and how vividly and touchingly he expressed his nostalgic yearning to return to it in a letter on 18th April 1900, written from Alameda, California, to Miss Josephine MacLeod. Just now I received your and Mrs. Bull's welcome letter. I direct this to London. I am so glad Mrs. Leggett is on the sure way to recovery. And I am so sorry Mr. Leggett resigned the presidentship. Well, I keep quiet for fear of making further trouble. You know my methods are extremely harsh, and once roused I may rattle Abhadananda too much for his peace of mind. I wrote to him only to tell him his notions about Mrs. Bull are entirely wrong. Work is always difficult. Pray for me, Josephine, that my work may stop forever and my whole soul be absorbed in Mother. Her work she knows. You must be glad to be in London once more. The old friends. Give them all my love and gratitude. I am well, very well mentally. I feel the rest of the soul more than that of the body. The battles are lost and won. I have bundled my things and am waiting for the great deliverer. Shiva, oh Shiva, carry my boat to the other shore. After all, Josephine, I am only the boy who used to listen with rapt wonderment to the wonderful words of Ramakrishna under the banyan at Dakshinaswar. That is my true nature. Works and activities, doing good and so forth, are all superimpositions. Now I again hear his voice, the same old voice thrilling my soul. Bonds are breaking, love dying, work becoming tasteless, the glamour is off life. Now only the voice of the Master calling. I come, Lord, I come. Let the dead bury the dead. Follow thou me. I come, my beloved Lord, I come. Yes, I come. Nirvana is before me. I feel it at times, the same infinite ocean of peace, without a ripple, a breath. I am glad I was born, glad I suffered so, glad I did make big blunders, glad to enter peace. I leave none bound, I take no bonds. Whether this body will fall and release me, or I enter into freedom in the body, the old man is gone, gone forever, never to come back again. The guide, the guru, the leader, the teacher has passed away. The boy, the student, the servant is left behind. You understand why I do not want to meddle with Abhinanda. Who am I to meddle with any Josephine? I have long given up my place as a leader. I have no right to raise my voice. Since the beginning of this year, I have not dictated anything in India. You know that. Many thanks for what you and Mrs. Bull have been to me in the past. All blessings follow you ever. The sweetest moments of my life have been when I was drifting. I am drifting again, with the bright, warm sun ahead and masses of vegetation around. And in the heat, everything is so still, so calm, and I am drifting languidly in the warm heart of the river. I dare not make a splash with my hands or feet, for fear of breaking the wonderful stillness that makes you feel sure it is an illusion. Behind my work was ambition. Behind my love was personality. Behind my purity was fear. Behind my guidance, the thirst for power. Now they are vanishing, and I drift. I come, Mother, I come, in thy warm bosom, floating wheresoever thou takest me, in the voiceless, in the strange, in the wonderland. I come, a spectator, no more an actor. Oh, it is so calm. My thoughts seem to come from a great, great distance in the interior of my own heart. They seem like faint, distant whispers, and peace is upon everything, sweet, sweet peace, like that one feels for a few moments just before falling into sleep, when things are seen and felt like shadows, without fear, without love, without emotion. Peace that one feels alone, surrounded with statues and pictures. I come, Lord, I come. The world is but the beautiful nor ugly, but as sensations without exciting any emotion. O Josephine, the blessedness of it, everything is good and beautiful, for things are all losing their relative proportions to me, my body among the first. Om, that existence. I hope great things come to you all in London and Paris, fresh joy, fresh benefits to mind and body. But the arrow of Swami Vivekananda's life had not yet finished its flight. Next, he was to be seen in Paris participating in the Congress of the History of Religions, held on the occasion of the Universal Exposition. This Congress, compared with the Parliament of Religions of Chicago, was a rather tame affair. The discussion was limited to technical theories regarding the origin of rituals of religion for the Catholic hierarchy, evidently not wanting a repetition of the triumph of the Oriental ideas in the American Parliament, did not allow any discussion of religious doctrines. Swami Vivekananda, on account of his failing health, took part in only 2 sessions. He repudiated the theory of the German Orientalist Gustav Oper that the Shiva Lingam was a mere phallic symbol. He described the Vedas as the common basis of both Hinduism and Buddhism, and held that both Krishna and the Bhagavad Gita were prior to Buddhism. Further, he rejected the theory of the Hellenic influence on the drama, art, literature, astrology, and other sciences developed in India. In Paris, he came to know his distinguished countryman J.C. Bose, the discoverer of the life and nervous system in plants, who had been invited to join the scientific section of the Congress. The Swami referred to the Indian scientist as the pride and glory of Bengal. In Paris, Swami Vivekananda was the guest of Mr. and Mrs. Leggett, at whose house he met many distinguished people. Among those was the young Duke of Richelieu, a scion of an old and aristocratic family of France. The title had been created by Louis XIII, and one of the ancestors of the Duke had been premier under Louis XVIII. Born in Paris, educated at a Jesuit school in France, and later graduated from the university in Provence, the Duke became greatly attached to the Swami and visited him frequently. On the eve of Vivekananda's departure from Paris, the Swami asked the Duke if he would renounce the world and become his disciple. The Duke wanted to know what he would gain in return for such renunciation, and the Swami said, "I shall give you the desire for death." When asked to explain, the Swami declared that he would give the Duke such a state of mind that when confronted by death, he would laugh at it. But the Duke preferred to pursue a worldly career, though he cherished a lifelong devotion to Swami Vivekananda. During his stay in Paris, the Swami met such prominent people as Professor Patrick Geddes of Edinburgh University, Père Hyacinthe, Hiram Maxim, Sarah Bernhardt. Père Hyacinthe, a Carmelite monk who had renounced his vows, had married an American lady and assumed the name of Charles Loyson. The Swami, however, always addressed him by his old monastic name and described him as endowed with a very sweet nature and the temperament of a lover of God. Maxim, the inventor of the gun associated with his name, was a great connoisseur and lover of India and China. Sarah Bernhardt also bore a great love for India, which she often described as very ancient and civilized. To visit India was the dream of her life. Madame Calve the Swami had met in America, and now he came to know her more intimately. She became one of his devoted followers. He once wrote of her, "She was born poor, but by her innate talents, prodigious labor and diligence, and after wrestling against much hardship, she is now enormously rich and commands respects from kings and emperors. She has the rare combination of beauty, youth, and talent, and divine voice, the highest place among the singers of the West. There is indeed no better teacher than misery and poverty. That constant fight against the dire poverty, misery, and hardship of the days of her girlhood, which has led to her present triumph over them, has brought into her life a unique sympathy and depth of thought with a wide outlook.